Is your head stuck? Yeah, it's stuck. Maybe you shouldn't be such a snoot. Don't push your head in there. Here. Here. It's food, I promise. It's not like your mama, but it's food. Yum, good boy. Good boy. Go away. You got no call, come up here and be mean. Go fly a kite. Just got done feeding the kids, so it's about 2 o'clock. They're getting a little bullied over there, but yeah, maybe they're getting a big bit bullied. Well, anyway, there's puppies in the main pen that the kids are normally in, so I'm gonna try and get the outside kennel done for them today and move them out, and then I can put those kids in that. I just didn't want them to be locked in that little box they were locked in where that buck kid is now. They need more space, and they need sunshine too, and they're not gonna get sunshine in the puppy pen, but it's better than nothing. I ended up bringing that kid to Pullman yesterday, because it was going to cost way too much to ship. Pullman's about a 4-hour drive one way, so 8-hour round trip. But I get good mileage, so it was more just my time, and I wasn't doing anything yesterday, so I'm like, well, I'll just go. It'll save me probably at least $100 to just bring it myself. So I did. He also recommended that I draw blood on Eclipse and test that first. He was kind of giving me a list of cheapest to most expensive options that he thinks will still get us an answer. So his first recommendation was to test Eclipse for various abortive diseases and then go to the kid. So we may have made that whole trip for nothing. Maybe we didn't have to send the kid up there after all, but there's no way to know. And I mean, they wouldn't have got, I think the turnaround on the blood is 6 days. So if I'd mailed that, I wouldn't have the results until next week, late next week, or even the next week, depending on when they got it. And in the meantime, what was I going to do with the kid? Stored in the kitchen fridge? You can't freeze them, they just have to be in the fridge, so. And then after that, then what? Drive up there? I'm not going to have time to drive up there and then ship it. Well, my other option would be ship it. And then, it's probably too old to last very long in shipment by that point, so I'm just like, whatever. Bring it up there. If they don't need to test it, oh well. I still save money, I guess. So yeah, I'll be waiting on those results. But I talked to my main vet in the meantime and asked her, what do I do for these does that are due in 3 weeks? And she recommended that I start them all on LA200 and give that every 5 days starting right now until they could. That seems a little kind of a lot to me, but we have a lot to lose, so I'm gonna give it. I don't see that it can hurt anything. So I've got all the syringes right there on the windowsill by the camera, and I'll bring all those does in here and give them all their shots, and I sure hope it works. Eclipse's kid is a week old now, today actually, and he did a lot better at drinking than this before now, but he never has been very good. His tongue keeps sliding out the side of his mouth, and the last 3 feedings, it's taken him like 15 minutes to finish his 12-ounce bottle. It's just ridiculous. I've never dealt with this before, but I think I've heard selenium helps it a lot. So I brought him some selenium. Take it, buddy. So I brought him some selenium I'm going to try here in a bit, and hopefully that'll work. Usually when we've used it for like bent legs and things, it kicks in really fast. So I'm hoping there'll be improvement by tonight. That poor guy. You have a good suck reflex. Just your goofy tongue gives you trouble. We had our first calf today. I was laying down in the hay, can't see it. One thing I need to fix is the doorknob on this milk room. Decided to stop working. It just doesn't engage the deal in there whatsoever. So I've been climbing through the window, which it looks like I have to do again because it looks like the screws are on the inside. So I need to replace it. I'm gonna have to climb through the window and do that. That's holding all ice from climbing through the window. It's now a couple days later because I tend to do this. Be quiet. Take a video here and there and then forget about it. So I wanted to show you the progress on that kid though. I gave selenium. The selenium didn't help him at all, but I'll show you what I did. So the selenium didn't help at all, so I decided to switch to that nipple just because it has a way bigger hole, so when they do suck, buddy, he's going to be able to finish his bottle faster, instead of me waiting 15 minutes for him to finish his bottle. So that's why I switched, but then also, he has gotten a little bit better. You didn't really see it there, because it's kind of the beginning of him getting latched on. He's still really bad, but then he hangs on better toward the end. But I think that helped a little bit in that he doesn't get anything unless he sucks because it comes up the straw. So it's not like the other nipples where if he chomps on it and fiddles around and don't punch me in the gut. That hurt. So he's still getting a little dribble of milk with that other nipple because the bottle's turned upside down. So I think this one's helping a little bit in that if he doesn't get a good suck, he doesn't get anything. But mostly it just goes down faster when he does suck. I have to bring that little guy in here. He's not really friends with that girls. Here, buddy. Come here. You lost? Baby. Baby. Come here. Come on. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Do you want to come in with me? Yeah, those big girls ditch you. They don't want to play with you, huh? They're mean. Come on. You're kind of a spoiled little boy because the other ones are kind of bullies, huh? So I got some lab results back, and the vet that I spoke to recommends that we still do a necropsy on the kid. But there is toxoplasmosis, and she just wants to confirm that by the kid, but it looks like that's what we're dealing with. So I've been doing some research about it, and I got in contact with one breeder that has actually dealt with it. Quit it. It's kind of frustrating because all the articles you read online, they just basically just copy and paste it all from the same source. And it just tells you kind of in broad terms what it is, and that there's no vaccine and no real cure for it. But it doesn't, I can't find any information on... Would you stop? What is your problem? You want me to take that away from you? You can't really find any information on actual herds that have dealt with it and what they did about it. So it was really frustrating, but I finally did get in contact with one, and one of the things she said, and her vet did, which I'd also seen on a forum in part of my searches, but it was so inconclusive I didn't really know what to do with it. But there's one drug that they said they used, and it's not approved for use in the US. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll show you, and if you're a goat person, you'll know what it is. I don't know if it'll be of any use to these because they're 2 weeks from being due, so I don't know like exactly how the bug kills the kids and what it does. So I don't know if giving them anything 2 weeks out is going to be helpful at all, but I have a lot to lose, and this stuff isn't proven to be safe in the US, that's why we can't use it, but people use it all the time, so, and everything's fine, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm figuring is if it's safe, and I have a lot to lose, and there's a really good chance that it actually works, I'm going to give it. Plus I'm going to do today is dose them all with that. They're still getting LA200, I guess I'll continue that. I might as well. That ain't going to hurt either, I guess. So, I sure hope it works.